So I am doing my first makeup tutorial ever and I'm so excited. I decided to do a foundation routine today because it kind of will help me as I go forward. I usually will hopefully have my foundation done and work on eyes or lips or whatever it may be. So yeah, this is how I kind of go about doing this. Not every day. Sometimes I don't even wear makeup. Sometimes I just slap on some BB cream and go. But this is generally how, like, if I'm going out or anything, we'll kind of do my face. I don't have any eyes done now, so this is not how I would actually go out. I'll probably put on at least mascara or something. But this is kind of like the finished product of what you're about to see. So if you like this, keep watching, and thank you so much. I will see you guys later. So first thing is I wash my face before I usually do my makeup because it avoids breakouts. And then I put on, I don't have that out here, it's in the bathroom, but I have my Pond's like facial moisturizer, and kind of that's it. That's all I have right now. Then I just use my my chapstick, because when I put it on before, it just like really kind of primes my lips before I put anything else on top of it later. So that's the next thing I do. And then I go to my foundation. So I've tried a lot of foundations, and this is the one that blends to my skin the best, I think. It's the L'Oreal True Match, and I'm W7. So I'm going to shake it up a little bit because I don't know how long it's been sitting out there. And I kind of just shake it and then dot myself, so I kind of look like an alien. It's okay. I just try to get it as like evenly across my face as possible. Okay, that'll do. And then I take my Ego Tools, this like flat, dense brush, and I kind of just buff it into my skin.
Your eyes, lay yourself down.
I really don't like harsh edges, or like when this is like a different color, so I kind of just try to blend out my jawline and whatever else, because also like right here there's this, I don't know if it's able to come up on camera, but there's a small dot from where I dotted my foundation. So just make sure everything's smooth, because I feel like that's the worst if you have like streaks or dots or uneven makeup when you're going out after you spent all that time on it. Then I got this for like $4 on sale at Ulta, but I think that it's they don't make this specific one anymore, but it doesn't matter. My summer color is usually 2 shades darker than my winter color, which makes this a perfect like highlighter, concealer, because I have dark circles. So this is like a CoverGirl Whipped Smooth foundation, and I'm just going to use this little brush. I don't even know what type it is, but it's like a little dense brush, and I'm just dipping it into my that foundation, which is going to be concealer, and I'm just going to shape out like a small triangle underneath my eyes. You'll see.
Oh, I can see you now.
And then I like to put it slightly on the bridge of my nose, and then close like a pigeon toe, for lack of a better term. Yeah, and that's about it. And then I have this small stippling brush from e.l.f., which they sell at Target for like really cheap. Their brushes are like $3, I think, tops. So I'm just going to use this to blend everything out. And me personally, I really love like brightening under my eyes. So I have a concealer, like crayon kind of, from L'Oreal True Match as well. And this is in W123, so it's, I think, their lightest warm shade. So I'm just gonna kind of follow the same pattern, just just a little bit smaller because I don't want the under eye to look white, but it'll blend into everything else, my foundation, my other concealer, and everything. Okay. So now I'm going to set all of this so that it doesn't kind of fade or kind of smudge as the day goes on and get greasy. I have the Ben Nye banana powder. So I got this for 14 bucks I think online, but a little bit goes a very long way. So I'm just tapping my brush on the top, and then I'm going to kind of swirl it in the lid, and then I'm going to set it. Just kind of patting down. I'm not like sweeping everything because that'll move. Just lightly setting it. And I'm doing this with all the places I've placed the powder. So my nose, my forehead, I'm tapping. Not putting too much though because I don't want to look cakey. And so that's it. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to go move on to bronzer, or yeah, contouring. So I have the Hoola Benefit Cosmetics bronzer that my friend showed me, and I'm kind of obsessed with at the moment. I love the little brush that comes with it. It's kind of perfect for fitting in those hollows. I think after you're done highlighting, it's easier to kind of see that line. So I'm going to take this brush, kind of pat it into my powder, and I'm going to make a fish face and kind of fill in that hollow. So when I do that, I kind of make my line and then blend it upwards so that, well, first of all, this line is distinct, and that it kind of just frames my cheekbones and the apples of my cheeks, so it kind of carves out my face. And then in order to kind of just give it a complete look, I'm gonna go across my forehead and like kind of frame it with bronzer. So these, your temples are hollows, and then just the top. And then sometimes I just like to frame the bridge of my nose, around where I highlighted, just to make it look a little bit more blended and complete. Okay. After this, I usually either do blush or highlighting. I'm gonna do highlighting. This is a brand called The Balm, and I am obsessed with them. They sell them at Kohl's now, but they're really cool eyeshadow palettes, and I really love this highlighter because I have yellow undertones, so I usually like a gold highlight, and I've been using like shimmery eyeshadows as like makeshift highlighters, but they have this beautiful gold highlight that I can place on the tops of my cheekbones. Usually they come in pink, which isn't bad, but I personally just really like it. So I have a little fan brush, and I'm taking this and just dusting it on the top of my cheekbones. Not a lot, because a little bit of this goes a very long way, and I don't want to look like I'm sparkling everywhere. And if you think that you put too much, it's really easy to fix. I usually just go back to the Ben Nye, use this little brush that I was using to set my powder before, and you can blend it out because it will kind of like diffuse the shimmer a little bit. And then after that, I usually go to blush, but my blush changes depending on what look I'm doing. So today I'm just going to use my Sephora. I think it's, Romantic Rose. There we go. So it's like this pink, like not hot pink, I guess hot pink, but it doesn't come off as like super hot pink. And I have this blush brush, and I'm kind of just going to dust this on the apples of my cheeks. But if I do an eye look and I want a different blush, I'll just be sure to kind of note that. So again, I kind of do like a really weird kissy fish face. So it kind of pushes my cheeks up in the way that I want it so that I can get access to putting my blush on. And I put this where my contour is blended out and ending, and then I don't go past my highlight. So it's just this very small part of my face.
Raising up.
Yeah, and then you blend that out. I usually sometimes I'll use like a stippling brush like this, a bigger one, just to, it lightly blends it out. I really don't like any harsh lines. And sometimes I just take a little bit more banana powder and I kind of dust that on the parts that look a little oily or greasy or whatever it may be. Okay. So then I have been using lately the Stay Don't Stray in medium deep for my eye primer because it's really pigmented and that really helps when you have dark circles, which I unfortunately have. So I'm gonna just, it comes out with a little wand and I'll put a little bit on my eyelids and then just use my ring finger to blend it out. And I just put it all over up to my eyebrows.
But not forsaken. I've been set free. I've been set free.
Sometimes when I do this, I don't blend it all the way out, so there's like this harsh white line, and I don't like that, so I've been really big on blending all of that out. And then lastly, I guess for this, because these are all the things I do before I put on eyeshadow, and it's much slower here once you get the hang of it. It takes like 5 minutes, but I use this Hourglass, what's it called exactly? Brow sculpting pencil. And I really, really love this because a lot of the gels and stuff I'm not particularly good at. I can get really messy with things and I don't have time for that when I've spent all this time on my face. So I found this and I really, really loved it. I kind of had to splurge on it. On this side, it's like a pencil, but it's flat, so it really gets into my eyebrow and can make a really beautiful shape. And then on the other side, there's a spoolie, so it can kind of blend out the coloring or crayon wax powder. It's like between a wax and a powder, I think. So it's crayon, but it's really, really awesome. I'm obsessed with this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use the spoolie to kind of make a shape my eyebrows to where I want them. Sometimes I frown a lot because it's easier to get like that arch shape and stuff. So then I take this in and I work from, I've seen videos where they work from the bottom and then move up, or they just work from the ends and move in. Generally, you want the ends to be darker than the front because if you have a really dark front, you're gonna look angry all the time and that's not cool. So I kind of incorporate both. I work in the bottom and the outer part, and then I kind of just blend up to try to get a gradient. If my hand's good, it'll get a gradient, but not. And when I'm blending out, I don't like move it everywhere. I kind of generally want to blend it out within my eyebrow because then sometimes the product can get above where you want it and then it doesn't look good. It just looks like it's kind of smudged around your brow. Okay. Now this brow. Oh, and generally your brows are not perfect, so I always struggle. This brow is more round for me, I think, and then this one is more linear. So I'm always like really paranoid about them being even, but they're most likely never going to be, and nobody's going to notice but you. Yeah. But try to make them as even. Pretty much it for my foundation routine. I usually after this will go in and do my eyes, so that's why I don't have any mascara or eyeshadow and liner on right now. So this doesn't have to be what you use, you can improvise. All my brushes are kind of mixed. Some of them are from Target, some of them are nicer. But it's all, I guess, what you're comfortable with. But these are the general brushes I use and like how I go about doing my face every day. I've gotten a few questions, so I'm kind of excited that I'm doing this. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon, hopefully.